this lesson we are checking out stick shots. So stick shots is what you just heard me playing then. It's basically where you're hitting the stick with the other stick. So this is another one of these kind of ornamental techniques or extra things that we learn to do, like, you know, rim tap, cross stick, or rim shots. Stick shot is another thing that we can play. And as you heard me doing then, you can play it in a kind of a lot of different ways. You can bring in other techniques with it. Jazz drummers use a lot. That sort of thing, okay? So let's have a look first of all at the technique that we're playing to get this sound. So what we do is we push the stick into the head. Now, typically you're going to hit the left stick with the right stick. You could do it the other way, but you'll typically see people doing it this way. And with match grip, basically all you've got to do is bring your wrist up like that. And yes, at that point, if we have a look from the front, you kind of are sticking your elbow out a little bit. It's easier for the trad grip guys to do it because they're basically just playing from here and push down, and it's very easy just to come up like that. All right, it's very easy on the elbow and the wrist to do that. So from here, what we're doing is we're pushing down hard on the drum and we're hitting round about here. All right. Now it's almost the same kind of angle with both sticks, but I just find that I'm hitting a little further up this stick and not quite as far on the other. Round about there. And like with your other strokes, the further away that you hit from the center, the pitch will go up a little bit. Okay, just like the same thing with rim shots, etc. Okay, now you've got to make sure that you're pushing down nice and hard with the left stick, because if you're not holding it tight enough, when you hit it, you can see it's going to rebound and buzz and carry on. So make sure you're pushing down nice and hard. All right, I'm now going to teach you how to play this little lick. All right, this is a fun little thing to do on the toms as well. You can also do it as triplets. So we'll learn it in triplets first. I'm playing the beats with a stab with the left hand. The second note is the stick shot, right, which is obviously left then right. And then the third note is just the left hand coming off, but the right hand hitting the drum. So the sticking pattern is left, right, right. But when you do the second right, that third note in the sequence, and you hit the drum, you've got to make sure that the stick has come off, right? Otherwise you're just going to get, right? And you want, okay. Also in doing that, you're facilitating by coming up the next downstroke, which is the next stab. So you can think of it as triplets to begin with. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Or eventually put it across eighth notes, which gives it a dotted quarter note reference. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Right, that's a nice one to play on all the drums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Another thing that you'll see drummers do is end buzz rolls. Typically, you probably can do it with a double stroke roll as well, with a stick shot, right? So if I played, say, a 9-stroke roll and went, right, that's just going right, left, right, left, right. Well, instead of doing it like that and hitting that note in the center, you can kind of crush the last left preceding that final right accent, which sets it up for a stick shot at the end. So it then becomes, right? Instead of, okay, so you can go through and you can do that with all your rudiments. And if you are doing right stick shots, so right hand hitting the left stick or right stick hitting the left stick, then you've got to make sure that you're playing rudiments that do end with a right hand accent, right? So maybe a right led 5-stroke roll, right? Instead of, that's now, what about, that's a 13-stroke roll, etc. All right. So that's another thing you can do with it. You can end rolls with a stick shot. And the final thing that I was doing there is just playing a little roll between the stick and the drum. You want to make sure you get the angle around about 45 degrees. All right, and you're just pivoting between the stick and the drum. All right, you can probably do it this way too. So don't be too flat or you won't be able to move the stick, and don't be too high or you'll never get there. All right, so that's another thing you can do. Just little effects. So there you go, guys. That's how you play a stick shot.